Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin, yeah, to be honest, we don't need to change the count that we've been talking about in the last few days here for Bitcoin. It continues to move in this orange wave 4. The support level is still holding. This is the support that Ethereum obviously lost and broke. So in the previous video, I believe we talked about this could be an A, B, C, D, E triangle. That, to be honest, is still the case and hasn't changed, even though we broke out of this triangle shape. However, all you can do is just to readjust the trend line. Those trend lines aren't too relevant. What is more important is that the previous low doesn't get broken, and it didn't get broken. So we continue to move here sideways in a triangle. However, you could argue that this is going to become some kind of a descending triangle. But still, as per Elliott Wave, you can still count it as a triangle here, and it could very well be that we're currently working here on a D wave of this triangle. I can't remember, but didn't we talk about a target for the C wave in the previous video? Let me just check that. What was the target? It's usually the 61.8% extension, 22.5k. That's pretty much what we hold as well. We had a wick down, but you can always get a wick, but it didn't even hold the 1 hour. So yeah, support level did hold pretty much, and we're now on our way possibly here into the D wave range. Target for the D wave, yeah, wouldn't be surprised if we touch the trend line again. Yeah, because again, those subwaves in triangles are usually corrective structures, so 3-wave structures. So also here the D wave target would be the 61.8 extension usually, and here we're talking about around 22,875. Understand this more as a guideline than an absolute fixed target. Yeah, there's no exact science here. Okay, so we could move up in the D wave now. We're obviously making a higher low at the moment. I think Ethereum is also pushing a little higher. So, you know, basically here I talked about it in the Ethereum video. I just want to make sure that you understand this is aligned, because also here Ethereum could do an A, B, C in the wave 4. So with Bitcoin, same story, could do an A, B, C in wave D, and could then still come down in an E wave. Important is that the E wave should not break below that trend line here. If it does, yeah, then we might follow Ethereum on the way down here. However, it's still pretty much the 22k level that actually needs to hold for Bitcoin here, and we are still holding it at the moment, which is good. And then we could still put in this higher high in the 5th wave. Again, if we lose the trend line, it would increase the likelihood that we come down, but it's really the 22.1k level that is relevant. Same with Ethereum. When it broke our support here, it came down crashing. And for Bitcoin, that would mean probably from the lower end of the support box to the next box, and around at least 7.5% drop. So prepare for it, that it could happen. For now, the market seems to have stopped the decline. Bitcoin did hold really well. I don't know why, to be honest. And because normally Bitcoin seems to be sort of the leader of this, but it wasn't this time. Yeah, it was. I saw it yesterday on the Ethereum chart when it came crashing, and Bitcoin didn't do anything really. It followed a little later, but that's it. Yeah, interesting. But yeah, the fallback scenario is still that the wave 4 actually is still ongoing here, the main wave 4, and that this was only a wave 3. Which peaked here on the 18th of January, and this is just an A, B, C structure with an overshooting B wave. But again, we need to see the evidence for that, and would then need to see here a C wave down, basically an impulsive wave structure to the downside. It could be, how would this count work? Yeah, just to show you, if the triangle count breaks to the downside, what could we then assume in terms of, you know, the wave count that's taking place here? Well, I would have to assume that we had here a wave W, possibly an X wave as a triangle, and we come down in a Y, and this would be an ABC structure. Yeah, so you'll probably get an impulsive sell-off in an A wave. We move up in B and come down in C. Alternatively, it could just be a normal ABC pattern, and the C wave would be in 5 waves. That's what's not entirely clear, but that's sort of a structure how it could unfold, with an X wave as a triangle, A, B, C, D, E, and then you would just count it the other way around, and it would come down. And Again, the breakout point is 22.1k, which is why it's sometimes so important not to get too too concerned, too fussed about the lower level wave counts, because what really counts is these pivot points, decision points, key support levels, turnaround points, and if they fail, then we've got another setup or scenarios. What I mention very often, that if a scenario breaks, a lot of people then get confused, but it was, I mean, pretty clear also with Ethereum that if this support doesn't hold, we're going to come down most likely into this green area. So if a long setup fails, you often get a short setup, yeah, and then the break, obviously, if you trade breakouts, maybe with a small position, this could have been a short setup, for example. Just try to help you understand that sometimes, when a pattern breaks, you normally get into the alternative, and that is then what often works out. Again, not always, but often, and then you suddenly have a setup into the other direction. So always see this as an opportunity as well. That's a benefit of the Elliott Wave method, that it gives us two scenarios. So if one fails, you've got the other one, which then most of the time will work out. Okay, but yeah, that is Bitcoin, obviously still holding support here, and we just need to be patient. Let's see if something interesting happens today with Bitcoin. Okay, and that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.